Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo, and I am here for Kaguya-sama Love is War, First Kiss wa Owaranai, the 4 episodes that come after The Thing, or movie that comes after The Thing. I'm going to treat it like it's a mini arc made up of episodes, and I'm going to plan to watch them 2 and 2, because apparently that's how they were released. That's that. The Thing happened. Our characters kissed. They got together. Isn't that how the show ends? What are we still doing here? Why am I still here? What? I thought it was over. And even if it wasn't over, I was under the impression that this movie thing was like a tacked on thing kind of at the end. And apparently I'm completely wrong. There's not only a bit more Kaguya, there's like a lot more Kaguya. Whether it will get adapted into an anime or not remains to be seen. I don't know why my lights keep doing this like dim and undim. I figure it's somebody's AC kicking on or something like that. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's going to keep happening throughout the video, so sorry. I hope that it doesn't lead to an actual like brownout or blackout, because that would be ruinous and terrible, but we'll see. It's getting hot and air conditioning is kicking on and the grid has to adapt and Southern California things. Anyway, why are we still here? Just to suffer? No, we're here for Kaguya, because the world doesn't come to an end when you make out for the first time. The peak and pinnacle of existence is not the first time you slip some tongue into the boy you've been trying to date for a while, or vice versa. Life kind of goes on from there. In fact, many would say that that's hardly even the starting line. Especially when it comes to, like, a romance. The essence of romance isn't really the dance up till that point. It's everything that happens afterward. We've been stalled at the starting line, raring to go, chomping at the bit. Champing at the bit. It's champing, I think, not chomping. Is it champing at the bit or chomping at the bit? I think it's champing. Champing at the bit versus chomping at the bit. To champ or chomp. Webster's is champ. Old Middle English word for champing, relating to the grinding of a horse's teeth. Champ, champ, champ. Yeah, alright. So, seems pretty similar to chomping. Okay. Anyway, we've been at the starting line, rearing to go. Engine running on red. And finally we hit the off-ramp. We get to kick it into gear and get going. But do we? With these characters, with the wishy-washy wiffle-waffle game-playing bullshit that these characters go through, will we actually kick into gear here? Or is there more to worry about? More to make sure it goes exactly right? Do we have first dates to arrange perfectly? Do we have meetings with I think they've already met each other's families, kind of. I don't know what we do here. Is it actually just that the story goes on? What a cool idea that would be. What a thing that would say about the romance. And I think that would be perfect. It'd be perfect. Because an immense part of the silliness and the inherent funny, gag, comedic nature of Kaguya is that the premise is so obvious and the characters just won't. And they're reluctant continuously. And it's like the biggest thing in their lives, and they put all this emphasis into it, and it actually won't change almost anything when it changes. The story will go on, and the characters will still character, and their interactions will still be the way that they are, and they'll be as goofy as could be. We'll just sub out the element of, oh gosh, I can't tell her what I feel, with something else. Just like that actual anxiety might evaporate and be transmuted into a different form of anxiety once you're actually in a relationship or whatnot. Now it's attachment anxiety, right? Or whatever it is. Those things don't just like, they're not as world-shaking as you think they are in frame. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see how Akka tries to play it. What I will say is that I'm happy to follow him into the darkness. I'm happy to follow Akka into the darkness because we've shown a beautiful light so far. It's been lovely. It's been lovely, and I have nothing but faith, honestly, which is strange. I'm excited to see more of this relationship. I'm excited to see more of the side characters and see how they play out and see if we do anything with the Ishigami Koyasu thing that's been set up. They've got this like relatively extended trial period of sort of courtship that they're undergoing because of some flubs of communication, but that's a real opportunity to do some real character development and to actually do the sort of dating thing and get to know each other in an interesting way. Kind of. That's really interesting. What are we going to observe here in the next episode of Kaguya-sama as we move into First Kiss wa Owaranai? Probably some happy Cloud9 style honeymoon phase type ideas. And probably some harsh snaps back to reality. The world doesn't suddenly end and you stop having concerns to deal with when you get the one thing semi-squared away by having a kiss on top of a rooftop. Not only does it not solve the relationship, because it doesn't really make everything super clear. It doesn't fix the problems that we still have moving into the future. Kaguya still needs to actually apply to Stanford and actually go. Then we could actually do that as an adventure, which is crazy and cool. But it also, there's more school. There's more time. There's passing the torch. There's finding somebody to replace the current president. There's announcing their early departure, potentially. Right? Like, there's setting everything up so that the establishment and the offices that they're going to be leaving behind continue to function, and that Shuchi Gakuen continues to have a legacy of President Shirogane and Vice President Shinomiya that goes on into the future. That's part of the whole point. So there's like tons to do. Not to mention all of the other side gags that are unrelated, at least not directly related to the romance Kaguya Shirogane thing, are still totally on the table. All of the ramen stuff, all of the Chika stuff in general, all of the Ichigami stuff and Ino stuff, totally viable, totally doable. All the Maki stuff, totally viable, totally doable. So there's like, it's a wealth of material, and it would be a shame to just toss it and call it complete, because there's tons more that we could do here. So let's go ahead and dive in and find out what we do here. Part of what I'm saying is, we've been on the same setup for a long, long time. We have a chance to divert a little bit. We have a chance to shake things up and change a little bit, or not. And I'm curious what this author is going to do, and whether I like it. So let's watch it and find out. I've got episode 1 of the 4 up and ready to go. I grabbed the Subs Please version, which should be straight from Crunchyroll. That should be great. And let's watch it. 2 versions, picture-in-picture in the description, timer on YouTube, beep timer. Let's go. Loud start. Oh, we're on the same topic, huh? Eh? It's great. Oh, Christmas. Oh, that's what's obscene about it. Wait. Hey. That's true. Yeah. Was that indecent? Okay. You what? Foof. You did what? Whoop. Yep, we're back here. Oh, here we go. I don't know if I would listen to Kashiwagi-san and her boyfriend. Yeah, war criminal, that's the one. Eh? Oh, we get an OP. Yes. Holy shit, what the fuck? It's amazing. Oh my god. Yeah, that was an amazing set of cuts. That was really cool. Okay. Yes! Yes! Oh, hi. Oh, hi. Oh, hi. Y'all performing? Oh, some detective stuff? Ooh. Ooh. Big stage show. And the show must go on. Oh, that was gorgeous. The little inside minds. Okay. What? Wow, that's an implication. Really? That's an interesting implication. But no. Well, she kind of kissed you. You'd better figure that one out, like, with words. How pure was it? It was so indecent. The doubt. The doubt. Of course it does. No. Huh? And on her side, I wonder what's going on inside her mind. Something has changed. Hey. Huh. Huh? What? How does she know? She fully knows. Chika. Chika, you've fully broken the wall. Says 60 happy, 40 denial. Wasn't it little Kaguya in the like argument chamber thing? In court? Which part is the denial? Or respect to the king? Fukai! Oh, no kiss. Aww? She's a war criminal. Oh, she asked her. So, about that kissing thing. Is it normal? Is it normal that you're... What? She's trying to protect her. Wakarimashita! Therefore, I will use it immediately. Is there a pun there? Senpai? Yamakasu. Amazing. How filthy. How filthy. Yeah, totally. Only by splitting it up. Huh? What? Can't possibly. Hmm. Hmm. Yo katta desu ne. Well, I don't know. Oh my god, immediately! Immediately to the arrogance. Oh, such a naive child. Uh-oh. Can it call Kashiwagi? How long after kissing do you have sex? Oh. Don't sip yet. I saw you going. Eh? Hmm. Like a day. You mean the darkness? You've already sexed! You've already sexed! Indeed. Shameful. Sinful. And thus the 40% denial. So sleep deprivation, happiness. 2 straight days of 0 IQ. Oh, I didn't even get that it was a card. Amazing. Too bad. This works. Super deformed. Yeah, extremely chibi. But I love that all the characters like lean down to. Oh. Wow. Just slaps her tits. Yes. The reality. Yeah, it's just like somebody with a cat. Jesus. Zero IQ. Uh. Uh. Oh. Kid, this is too cute. Oh. Sad. Don't worry, child, we've got you. So we're alone. Huh? Huh? Ooh. Is he gonna become dumb? Oh my god. Uh-oh. We're just drawing them differently. They're still themselves. What a weird gag. Very cool. Final romantic battle of minds. Oh. The sleep deprivation, yeah. He's still got the middle jump. Here. Oh, it's so indecent. Thank you. What? Always watching. Hmm. Sounds like love. Might be love, guys. The armband. Almost cute. Complete refusal. Oh, hi. Yeah, she really outstretched the olive branch there. Oh, in front of her? Yes. 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 Indecent. I don't know if that's what she means, man. You might want to clarify. Oh, it's worse and worse. As it shouldn't have. Too bad. Chan now. Bye. Back to the brawl. Oh. It has already happened. No mistakes there, huh? That's not consent. No. Thanks. Oh, I've got plans. Oofa. She's been practicing that one. No. No. Why is Chika dark? I don't know. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Oh, great. Yeah. That's so long! 3 months! Ooh, the found heart, though. Are we gonna do a triangle around Ishigami? Of course. But... Well, she did agree to go to the Christmas party. Oh, we do! This was my favorite sequence. Holy shit, it's finally back. Let's go. Do we have time for it? Yeah, we do. Okay, great. Back. Hmm. The death penalty. Uh-huh. Cold as ice. Totally confessing all the things. You're breaking all the rules, Kaguya. Hmm. Who are you? Child Judge Kaguya. Your past self. Hmm. Dating. It's not set in stone. How about negotiation? Yeah, because that's been the rule. You've not been allowed to. Ah. Ah. Agreed. Gotta talk about it. More than friends, less than lovers doesn't really solve anything. You gotta talk about it. Hmm. Family. But he believes control. Huh? Oh, told Shirogane. I thought she meant told her father. Called out? What does that even mean if they're internal? I don't know. So we're gonna go. At least we'll try. Yeah, that's the tough one. Like, do it again. Do it again. Damn, Hayasaka. So? Ha! Mmm, sexist. Even she cracks. Ah, cold as ice and she's melted. Aww. All you are is holding back. I was here first. That's the whole scene! Okay. We all do love him. Of course she is. Ah, it shatters. Ah, she's stealing the gavel. Otto! Admitted! So what happens to Kaguya if all of her internal Kaguyas shatter? Is this self-actualization? Is this uniting with the other? It is, actually. Holy shit! Oh. Cold as ice. Does that mean that we lost a lot of progress? I'm not sure. Interesting. Is this a breakthrough or a breakdown? A reversion or an amalgamation? I'm not sure. This blueprint? Passing you by. Oh, wow. And again. Wow. What an excellent image. That's so clear. California! I know home when I see it. Beep boop bop. Ow. No. Well, that starts us off in a way that I didn't expect and don't know what to think about. We'd certainly have to watch another one. First portion episode, we sort of recap the thing a little bit. The sexu is very funny. The setup is good. The tension inside the characters is great. It makes perfect sense. I didn't see it really coming, but it makes perfect sense that this tension plays out the way that it does. I think the OP looked really cool. We're going to get to see it again in a moment, so I don't think that I'm going to go through it in entirety, but there are so many elements and so many like references and callouts and things and moments. I don't even know. It's like you, Potter, the Dog King, Ice Persona, Arsene, Kaguya-sama Love is War, Fujiwara Chika Gigako, Makihara, I don't even know. Gray Giant Tower on the Moon? What even? I don't know. Just an immense amount of reference and interesting stuff. And then there's this odd style thing. They're all chibi-fied, all super deformed, but they're like floats in a parade. So we're doing the whole Christmas, New Year's parade and celebration thing, and it ends up being this big, bombastic insanity. That's quite cool. It's quite cool. And it zooms through a whole bunch of different scenes and creates a bunch of layers to the flow of the OP, promising all sorts of cool stuff, like more ramen kings and more adventures of all sorts for the characters, while centering around a romantic dance and show between our mains, which looks lovely, by the way. This sweeping, spinning shot is gorgeous. And there are a couple of big rotating shots in the OP and elsewhere that I think look really, really good. That in particular. The final spin here, foof, as she whips around and the hearts follow. All of her dress whips around that direction. It looks really good to me. I really, 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 really like it. So. Oh, and then we hint at something interesting here. I wonder whose memory we're hinting at here with the pink fingernails and the little gem. I don't know if it's meant to be Kaguya. I think that's the implication, or what we're supposed to take away from it, but I don't know if it's actually correct. It might be a bait and switch. Ah, the battle is far from over. How pure, and what will happen next. Super deformed Tiny Kaguya is lovely. The fact that we break the fourth wall around it a whole bunch is interesting. Of course, it's Chika who's aware, and that ends up being an interesting element. All of the characters treating her as though she's actually physically tiny ends up being really weird, because in world she's not actually physically tiny. So they're not actually getting down on their knees to like talk to a tiny person. They're actually speaking to her in person. And so we play with that uncertainty in the space and turn it into the gag that happens later when Ino arrives and they're doing things that seem totally reasonable when they're tiny chibis, but when they actually look like their characters, it's deeply creepy. I think that's a pretty good gag. I think it works pretty well. And the whole thing is a setup around the denial and worry about this kiss and what it means. Our characters have waffled for so long about whether to engage in any kind of forward progress in their relationship that now that they do, it's a stumbling step and it goes apparently too far. And now we're worried that we've gone too far too fast, mostly because of Hayasaka's input, which strikes me as naive. We do make this good joke about it where Kaguya immediately switches and is like, haha, you child, you don't even understand. It's interesting. It plays with and criticizes our attitudes towards sex, highlights Kaguya and Shirogane's naivete, and continues to maintain some of the same will they, won't they tension, but over how to proceed, and we sub in for the anxiety and conflict around will they, the anxiety and conflict around what next, around how do we handle what we've already done, how do we even communicate in the first place. Those are interesting and difficult problems to solve. And I think we can do a really good job of trying to solve them. Now, we're not going to solve anything while Kaguya is chibified, unfortunately. Or, fortunately, as the Prez says, maybe it's better this way. The slap to the tits is amazing. We just saw her real self, didn't we? Tiny Kaguya, extremely cute. Big Kaguya acting like Tiny Kaguya, not as cute. This little overture between Ino and Ishigami is interesting. It feels like we're setting up Koyasu and Ino as potential rivals in a weird way. The whole Ino-Ishigami thing has always been interesting. They've been at each other's throats, of course, but, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, I think you know. Misinterpretations, confusions of communication, failures of dialogue, are the foundation of a whole bunch of the humor in the episode, and I think they work just as well as they always have. And then there's some serious stuff. 3 months to claim a heart for Ino, and 3 months to make a choice for Koyasu. It really does feel like a setup. And then, inside, Kaguya goes on the Battle of the Brains. I didn't like this one as much. It's not to say that I disliked it, but it was meant to. We've got that one track going, sort of Ring Around the Rosie, and then we've got the big spinning thing. It's all going around in circles. It's meant to feel like we're not getting anywhere. And it is only when the Ice Queen Kaguya breaks out and breaks her role, right? Breaks her role. She yells at everyone. She freaks out and claims that she is the one who was in love with him first and the most. That she's been longing for this the whole time. and that they, through their foolishness, have screwed it up for her. But of course, they haven't screwed it up for her, and she wouldn't have acted on her own. But now that she's gotten some of what she wants, she thinks that she's blaming all the other parts of her, the flippant parts. And it seems like she's casting them out or breaking them. My first interpretation was that we were incorporating them, but I think I'm wrong. So I think we're going to enter the next episode with a Kaguya who won't admit what happened, who's going to treat Shirogane exceptionally coldly, and who's going to be reverting to some real extent. And that's quite a challenge. So I'm quite curious what will break through that, if anything. Or if I'm wrong. Or if I'm wrong, because I might be, and I might need a little bit more framing to understand, just because the way that she transitions into Ice Queen is sort of cliffhanging into the next episode. So, let's take a little break here and move on to the next episode and see what we find out. I'm going to move on. Thanks for watching. See you in a moment. Peace. All right, welcome back. Episode 2 is go, and the question on my mind is, what Kaguya are we going to be dealing with here? If she's going to go full Ice Queen, then we might be back to ground zero, or square zero, and I don't know how we break through that layer of frozen. The one thing is, underneath the surface, no matter which Kaguya it is, all of them can't help but admit that they do feel real feelings for Shirogane. That might just turn into armor, which is a little bit scary. Let's find out. Beep timer for episode 2. Looks like we're getting straight into the OP again, and I'm excited. Let me pull out. That little drop in of the bouncing guys is weird. What is that eyeball with legs? I can't wait. Was Hayasaka in a boy band there? Were those other boy band members? What was that? And then this is great. Broadway. I really like her little collar thing with the little rose on the side. Venus. Penis. Sorry. I wish I did have a translation for the OP. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to exist. Okay, and then the little chibis push the real them forward, which tracks. What are they both looking at? I don't know. Shit. Huh? Huh? uh. Uh. Uh-huh. Wow. We show Maki because she's the flattest. Yeah. The sharpest difference. Yeah, split persona. Repression. Do not rely on anyone, use them. Oh, right, the code. I gotta look at that again. Ooh. And the color shift. Can we do it at a different time when you're not acting like this? No! No! Who make out? who are in love with each other. Oh no! Oh no! You did? Yeah, you did. Oh, it's just a greeting. God damn it, so repressed. What? Oh, it's brutal. Oh? Wait, what? Wait, what? Yes, but wait, what? Wait, this is a gameplay. Hmm. Come on, you gotta meet at least halfway. Stupid idiot. Hmm. Trauma. Suddenly the fan appears. I ignore it because it's just such a common gag, but it's suddenly happening. Uh, and as soon as the door closes, she is trying to get you to prove yourself. You doingus. So right on back of bike. Nope, he's gonna walk her home. Now I see. Now I see. Oh, this is so tough. And he's so literal and straightforward. He's not gonna figure it out. You gotta break through the ice, man. The mask, the mask. I hope that we represent it powerfully visually. Cold hands. Specifically the cold hand that's right near you. Oh, if only my hand were warmer. If only someone, yes, having pockets and warmth. If only I had a warm hands around my hands. Ah, ah. Shirogane is an idiot. But there's also this, which is that ah, this is great. Ruined. Absolutely ruined. Oh, hello. That is that particular taxi driver, right? Yep. And she had gloves the whole time. Fucking. I fucking hate that print that that hint bullshit. It's so stupid. You gotta act like looks like his dad. What? uh. 2 days remain. Trauma words, indeed. Ah. What? Yeah, but the wrong kind. Not to you. Yeah. Uh-huh. All masks, man. Layers and layers. Unable to be herself. True. You're gonna have to ask for it. You're gonna have to step forward, man. Take some initiative, you know? Hey? Oh, the perfume. Corruption. Corruption! A corrupting influence! Kaguya, not you! I'm scared of this Kaguya. Got kinky? What the fuck? She has no idea what she's doing. She has no idea what she's doing. Excuse me. I have to go now. She hates me that much? The open window. Cornered. Now we fight. You'll smell it. You'll smell it. Stupid. It's time. Now you can come closer. No, wait, come here. What? What? Don't fuck this up. Oh, no. No! You're gonna blame it on the heat of the moment? Take all the oomph out of it and essentially say that it wasn't what it was? Again. Do not step backward, boyo. She just wants you to kiss her. Ah! Will she actually tell you? Will she actually tell him? There's no way. What the fuck is going on? Super hot. What the fuck? I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I absolutely hate it. Oh! Is she finally gonna realize that he's not gonna get it? You gotta actually say it? Fuck. Yes! We're stupid! Oh my... We're stupid! This is that hinting bullshit. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Communicate clearly. Nobody knows what you're doing. Nobody knows. Yep. Back to being cold as ice. And she's back. Hmm. Utterly and completely unable to express her real truth. Oh, speaking of which. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, no. Oh, no, man. Yeah. Full deadpan. I know. Yes. He's got a clue. Normally you'd lie about this. Level up? Ice Princess. Sure, sure, mama. Ah. Yeah, it's fucked. I think it's fucked. Oh, you're asking a monster. That's right. Ah, she's got it. Good. It's a front. It's a front, you dingus. Kiss me, please. Ah. And you're willing to just say it out loud? What do you mean, Doshde? Yeah, what do you mean? She said the thing again. Haha. Well, I think we're close now. Mm-hmm. 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 So how do we arrange it so that he does it? Tell him that you want to kiss him. I can't. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. A perfect ploy! A perfect ploy! Could never have been misinterpreted ever! How about vice versa? Really? Really? Not if you knew her name, you wouldn't. Uh-oh. What? No, it's a friend of mine. Ugh. Shit, it's really out in the open now. Ding, ding, ding. And now we can actually bring her in as an intended ally. That can work. You can't compare that way. It's about your own thing, man. Yep. Ah. Uh, nice. It's alright. Definitely not on top of a tower with balloons. Oh, just because you wouldn't have to worry about it? Bullshit! No, take the tower balloons thing. It's great. Then act like an ordinary romantic. Wow. Okay, so this is our second act tension. We move into it. And it's layers and layers of doubt. Stellar. Aww. AT Fields. The cowardly heart of one who's in love. Aww. Way back when. Aw. She had longer hair. I think that was lovely. I think that was lovely. I think that was lovely. Man, the silly things we do. It's so easy to sit there and as I've been doing, I'm criticizing myself, and say, oh gosh, why doesn't the character just do XYZ? The answer's so obvious from the outside. But then I think back to the moments when I've been in the grip of romance. Nothing simple about it. Nothing simple about it. Okay, and thus ends episode 2 with a silent and unspoken reconciliation of sorts. The characters go off to their own corners after a bout in a sort of a boxing match style and talk to their seconds, come to the right conclusions, each of them. Maki is able to actually explain to Shirogane what's going on. I empathize strongly with Miyuki's position here because I am an oblivious fool. Many times women have made overtures to me and I have not understood that it was happening. At all. I have missed so many opportunities. I've missed so many opportunities. You do not understand. You can't. And it's very frustrating. I find it very frustrating. There are layers and layers to it. One of the layers is the tradition of how do you put it? Male protagonism in romance. It's the expectation. By and large, even in our highly progressive, modernized society, men are expected to make the first moves. Fair enough. Fair enough. But that means that, like, half of the attraction that is felt in the world doesn't get followed up on. Because half the people who generally have feelings are not men and often find themselves trying to hint in order to fulfill the paradigm of he will act first without breaking the rules and acting first. And so that doesn't work if your intent is to literally avoid effective communication in order to manipulate and create communication the other direction. You have to avoid communicating your feelings completely. Because doing so would be against the rules, right? You'd be breaking your role, right? And so it makes me wonder how much good, if we assume that romance is a good thing, and that love is a good thing, and I think it is, probably, by and large. How much good is lost due to that kind of breakdown of communication? I think maybe a lot. Certainly there's a lot of pain caused by it, and a lot of turmoil and confusion. And I think the episode does a really good job of showing that turmoil and confusion ends up being on both sides. Because from Kaguya's perspective, she's been as clear as could be and doesn't understand why it is. Why is it? Why is it that this stupid idiot won't get up the guts to do something? As she's waving her hands around, and he's fully not combobulating, right? It's not coming together. It's not linking. The dots are not connecting as they do later in the episode. And there's no way that they will. But she thinks that they will, and she assumes that they will, and she expects that they will. And she can't read his mind. And he can't say, what the fuck is going on? Because doing so would be kind of admitting a failure of understanding, right? So we stall. We burn out. And it hurts. I'm really in favor of direct, open, and honest communication and negotiation of relationships, like formal negotiation of relationships, like writing it down, like writing a contract. I know that sounds absurd, but actually look into the kink community figured it out decades ago. They've got it solidly figured out, and it makes perfect sense. And I'll bet you that any romantic relationship that followed some sort of contract principle and wrote down expectations and like goals would do so much better than the wishy-washy bullshit that so many people seem to get into. Because we seem to go from, it's like you've got what, 2 or 3 options. One of them is casual nothingness, one of them is semi-committed nothing, like somethingness, and then it's marriage. There's no like gradation, but it's all insane. All right, all of this to say that I much prefer communication. Communication is really good. It's super important. Nobody is you. Nobody can read your mind. The person that you're romantically attracted to is probably exceptionally different from you. It's probably why you're attracted to them. And so they're probably the person you most need to try to back up and not assume that they share the same underlying fundamental principles. Because you just stop assuming things. You just explain the whole thing from the ground up. And it works. It works really admirably well. But instead, Kaguya does what Kaguya does, and as we show right here, persona. Maybe 5. Who are you when you're with others? What masks do you wear? And in this case, one persona has won out, and it is the Ice Queen. The cold, hard, crystal mask. Long instilled into her, right? Deeply built into her history. If you are a Shinomiya, do not rely on anyone, instead use them. Do not receive anything, instead take. Do not love anyone. There is no instead. Take, do not receive. It's not good enough to have Shirogane kiss her. She has to make him kiss her. It's not good enough to rely on him to do the thing. She has to make it happen. And yet, when you flip it around, the reality is that through her own unwillingness to step forward and take strides herself, to grasp what she wants, to reach out and take it, you might say, she's actually failing to live up to this credo. She really is. I didn't think of that. That's actually really interesting. Because our framing for the whole thing has been, it would be a mark against my pride to admit feelings for Shirogane, for example, right? It would be a mark against my pride as a Shinomiya. But if stating your desires is the most effective path to getting what you want, to taking it, then couldn't you just reframe it and have Kaguya say, I'm going to go and kiss the president because I want him and I'm going to take him. still be breaking the fourth law, but that law is going to get broken anyway. Relying on him to take the strides, to take the steps, to make the moves is against the rule. Right? She shouldn't rely on him. She should use him for her own desires. Huh. That's really interesting. It's really interesting. I like the greened out color swap. It feels sickly. It's rough. The back and forth between them is crushing. She's crushing. And then we hit, after all I've known from the start that you had feelings for me. What the fuck are you talking about? That's bullshit. Then why did you? She's playing like 4 different roles and they all conflict with each other, right? The kiss was nothing. It doesn't really matter. I won't kiss anyone. It's all so paper thin. But of course, he takes it all extremely literally. It's part of what's so good about him is that he takes her utterly seriously. Utterly seriously on everything. Too much so. Too much so. But treats her with the utmost respect. I would kiss anyone if I was in the mood, and she's even leaning forward for it. And he is too! I gotta mention, the gag of the fan coming out of nowhere is actually really funny to me, because we don't normally do this in Kaguya. Hammer space isn't really a thing, except with Chika. Chika breaks rules. Chika breaks rules all the time. But this is like 90s, 80s anime, goofy, schoolyard, rom-com, high school rom-com anime stuff trope. You know, this is like Full Metal Panic. The character pulls out a fan and thwacks the main boy over the head because he's being dumb. It's very not Kaguya. It's very weird to have it here. And we chuck it away, right? Where did it come from? Why is it here? It doesn't matter. It's accenting the silliness of the space, the cartoonishness of our sequence. That's really great. Trauma. She's managed to arrange for her phone to die. I guess I'll walk home alone. I guess I'll walk home alone with a cold hand. If only someone would hold it for me. But we run into a problem. Shirogane is desperately trying not to be too forward, and this is a classic now. All over the place. I'm certainly scared of it. I won't couch this in generalizing and saying that I think people feel this way. I'll just say that I feel this way. Personally and genuinely. It's not just scary to make a move. It feels like overstepping is a grand social faux pas. One with critical consequences. It's the flip side and the problem with the expectation, the responsibility placing. You're given the responsibility to take action without any insight or confirmation that your actions will not be perceived as evil, creepy, wrong, either on a broad social scale or in the individual context of the relationship and the communication between the two individuals. And that's deeply, deeply disturbing and crushing to the individual who's considering taking any kind of action like that. Because that level of rejection, not just rejection of the action, but rejection of the person as overstepping or breaking some social rule, comes at odds with the need to initiate. It ends up being at odds. And so, while Shirogane here is just oblivious in a comedic way, I can easily see this circumstance as not so comedic in not so oblivious a way. Even if you're there and you're aware that maybe a sign is being placed, to actually reach out and take the girl's hand could be viewed the wrong way. And if you're not confident in yourself, more importantly, if you're not confident that it will work out, then that fear can really overwhelm. Which again is why I think that the clear communication is the necessity is a necessity. She's sighing because she's thinking about male privilege. Oh, how lucky! Does she want to rescue her? And then she's gone. Okawai koto. She pulls away in the car. Rough! Cannot date such a spineless man. And the total ignore. Ow. the corruption of Miko Ino. And then an amazing action sequence that I really didn't expect. I think this is very fun. Some of these moments of jumping, flipping, and speeding through the school are very cool. And very silly, of course. We do corner her, and we find out that it is a ridiculous thing. No, now you can stay. Now you can stay. And so she backs away from all of the things that she said. I won't actually go with you to study abroad. The kiss was just something I was carried away with. And she's making all these somewhat flippant remarks, and we get to see Shirogane's face. We get to see the impact that they have on him and feel the, like, dagger through the heart feeling. But she doesn't. And she hits him again with, would you like to do it right now? Ah! When you were asking and saying that your hands were so cold, were you hinting that you wanted to hold hands? I love this little moment. As she walks away, and he puts it out there, he's like grasping at it like it's just an... Wait, could it possibly be that? There's no way. And of course she's shocked because she thinks it's so obvious. And he's stunned because it's so not obvious to him. And she still can't even admit it, and she still denies it. Ah! So they go back, they have this bout, and they go to their corners. And each of them is honest with the other. I guess Shirogane's not. The joke of Kaguya being able to say, it's not my friend, it's me. And we immediately cut to him, he's like, yes, I've got this friend. Excellent. I thought Shijomaki would be the worst person to talk to, and I'm actually wrong. She manages to figure it out because she is so much like Kaguya in her inability to express herself effectively. And yet we have Kaguya express herself perfectly and effectively. If only she could do that to the president, all would be easy. Maki gets it. She's trying so desperately to hide her feelings. She's totally unable to actually be herself. For some reason, when I'm around him, I can't help being perverse. How does she put it? Just being with the person you love makes you act all hostile and aloof. Does that really explain it? The answer is yes, it does, actually. And we see it exactly from Kaguya's perspective. I've made so many efforts. And we, from the outside perspective, can look at it and be like, no, those were pretty shit, dude. Those were terrible. Easy to misinterpret. Hard to interpret properly. And so, we get the answer to my question. What are we here for? The answer is the same thing we were here for before. Until there is open and honest direct communication between parties, there is no peace. And we can't have the kind of relationship that these characters want. Kaguya says at the end that all she wants is an ordinary romance. And she's unable to act in a way that would facilitate that. Unable. And so, halfway through, we hit our tension. Our characters can't communicate with each other. Will we solve the problem over the next couple of episodes? And end up with two characters who can look each other in the eye and move toward an embrace? A future? A ring, maybe? How very exciting. This is a great conflict. It carries on from the previous conflict perfectly. It substitutes in a new set of anxieties and fears perfectly. And I think it lands and resonates really well. Now, we have only to see what comes next. So, we'll end there. Thanks so much for watching these episodes of Kaguya-sama. We'll pick up the next 2 of this mini arc thing next week. Hope to see you there. Hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know any horror stories you have about misinterpreting romantic confessions or whatnot. Thanks. I'll see ya in the comments immediately, and I'll see you next week for more Kaguya-sama. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.